Hi, Cam here. I'm just doing a quick video here to look at the benefit of two-pop whipping. We're playing the game The Sword of Osman over at Civ Fanatics Succession Game Forum, and this map that we're looking at right now is a pretty heavily modified map of the game where we're at or nearly at this stage. So I've taken Whoop-de-Doo's game and world builded it up a little bit to better represent the situation that we have after 5 rings' first turn set. As I said, we'll be looking at two-pop whipping, and the focus of that will be in the city of Istanbul, which is connected to the copper via the river. The basic idea here is to get 2 axemen out with a 2 population point whip, but with only a single whip. Now the single whip means that we'll have only 1 unhappy citizen for 10 turns. So rather than continual whipping, which leads to stacked unhappiness and growing unhappiness, we're trying to get it all done in 1 whip. We don't want to whip when there's no hammers in the production bin, because you do end up with a production penalty as a result. However, we don't want too much production in this bin at this stage, because an axeman is 35 hammers and a production point is 30, population point is 30 hammers when it gets whipped under normal circumstances. So if you put too much production in, the game will consider that you only need a 1-pop win and whip, and we're actually shooting for a 2 population whip. The objective here is to create so much hammer overflow that the second axeman comes out of that whip with very little additional hammers to be added in. Okay, so we want 1, 2, 3 or 4 hammers into the production bin at the moment, so we'll do that by pulling some citizens off hammer heavy tiles, so we can expect 3 hammers to go into that axeman this turn. There we are, and we conduct our whip. We've got 63 hammers now in that bin, even though only 35 was required for that axeman. Okay, so we'll push it on. We've got our first axeman. We build the second one. It's going to take 2 turns. If we want to hurry that along to 1 for whatever reason, we just rearrange the tiles, and bingo, we've got that second axeman at our disposal. Now the focus of the game is to now rebuild that population. We've only got the 1 unhappy citizen as a result of that whip, and that will wear off in 10 turns. So our focus really is to get that population back up to 4 so we can do another 2-pop whip. This will just take a few turns to rebuild. Okay, and it's about this point that we swap over to an axeman. We start putting a very small number of hammers into that production bin again. And look at it. Again, 2 population whip. And we just change over to that axeman again. This time it takes 7 turns. Again, it depends how we're doing. We can put an emphasis on hammers and get him out a bit sooner if that's what we want. Okay, I hope that explains the concept practically. Having a good game so far, and as I said, if we go with the strategy, it could be quite successful. We'll also try and get a few forest chops in to help that along, but certainly this is just one component of what we can do in order to put together a ancient age army pretty quickly.